there's no such thing as a normal high school experience, because there's no such thing as a normal human experience. Everybody's unique. Everybody has their own unique life, their own unique circumstances, their own unique, parents who passed on unique genes, and like, we're all just different. Let's hit record from home, collaborating with somebody every day, trying to stay creative during quarantine. There's a project going on called Class of 2020. A music teacher, high school music teacher in Texas named Ben Perez started this project as a sort of a gift to his students who are graduating this year but aren't going to get that ceremony in person because of the pandemic. There's an on-camera prompt to just talk about it, talk about how you can relate to it. I didn't get to graduate on stage either. I didn't do the ceremony, not because of a pandemic. I'm not trying to compare my experience to what the class of 2020 is going through right now. I'm just saying it makes me remember my own memories. The reason I didn't get to graduate on stage is just because I did my high school sort of piecemeal. I was working. Very lucky to be working. Again, totally different situation. It's not from a horrible, tragic struggle that the whole world is going through. It's because I was lucky enough to be, working as an actor. So I would do school at work, but I stayed enrolled in public high school, Van Nuys High, and eventually did graduate, but it took me 5 years instead of 4. I went to my friend's graduation ceremony, class of 99, and watched them do it, which was fun. And I remember when everybody, I guess, stood up and threw their hats, and I was off to the side, and I was actually with another friend of ours who had graduated last year. He was like a year older than all of us, but he's one of our friends, and Brendan, he picked me up and he kind of realized like, oh shit, they're all getting to do this and you're not. But again, I have every reason to just be nothing but grateful for my experience. I got to do this incredible thing. But if there is any overlap, I do think my whole school experience, whether it's graduation or kind of throughout, it was abnormal. And as much as I felt lucky for getting to do what I was doing, I also did feel, the loss of missing out on some of that normality. But I think what I came to realize is there's no such thing as a normal high school experience, because there's no such thing as a normal human experience. Everybody's unique. Everybody has their own unique life, their own unique circumstances, their own unique, parents who passed on unique genes, and like, we're all just different. And everybody's experience is different. And you can think that some things are normal, like, oh, a high school graduation, I've seen that in movies and stuff, I'm supposed to do that. And it's true, there are some things that more people do, but it's just a matter of degree. And ultimately, everybody's different. Everybody's leading a different life, and that's good. It's good to have a unique life. It's good to not do the same thing that everybody else did. I would be willing to bet that a lot of people right now in the class of 2020 who are suffering the loss of not getting to have their graduation ceremony, at some point you're going to look back and say like, that worked out somehow. Something about that loss lit a fire under me, or I was doing something else that night, or I, circumstances ended up somehow aligning such that was positive. That loss had positive impacts. So I guess that's what I have to say is, being unique's okay. Maybe you have something you want to say to the class of 2020. We're making a show right now called Create Together for YouTube Originals. This class of 2020 projects is one of the things that I think we're going to feature in the show. Again, I always like to say it's not about getting in the show, but if this project inspires you, if you can get something out of doing it, get on camera and talk about how you relate to this. Is there some unfortunate thing that's happened in your life that turned out positive, or is there some way that you relate to the class of 2020 not being able to graduate, or are you yourself a student in the class of 2020? I'd love to just see more people get on camera just like this. You can just use your phone, talk right into the camera, tell us your thoughts. I think we're going to put together something really uplifting and special. Again, I want to thank Ben Perez for leading the project. I'll leave it there for today. Thanks again.